Greetings, fellow gorehounds, and welcome back to a Blood Splattered vlog. I'm the Horror Guru, and he's Count Jackula, and today we're going to talk about Man Finds Tape, a found footage film from co-directors Paul Gandersman and Peter S. Hall, first-time directors, by the way. This movie is a true crime-style documentary about a man who finds a tape. Oh my God. We have a title. We have a title of the movie.
Man finds tape.
A man finds a tape, and then weird shit keeps happening when he tries to play the tape. Like, he goes into a catatonic state.
Yeah.
Whenever he tries to finish it. So he sends it to his sister, and his sister ends up having to unravel this mystery for him because he himself can't, and she's got to fix that because she cares about her brother.
Yeah, this is a movie that is best gone in completely cold.
Completely cold. There are hardcore spoilers in this movie, and even a trailer will give away way too much.
Yeah.
So if you like found footage movies, if you like Lovecraftian horror stories, if you like small town America creepy horror movies, then you should definitely check out Man Finds Tape before we start talking about anything. So go do that. And now that you're gone, we're going to continue the pre-spoiler section. So this is a movie that starts off like what feels like a relatively normal, true crime doc about a guy who was playing a prank on a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
But then evolves into weirder and weirder shit, completely unexplainable shit that is most likely supernatural in origin. And we'll talk more about that in the spoiler section.
Yeah. And it gets progressively more and more dangerous.
Yes, absolutely. I thought this movie was expertly crafted. I thought it was creepy. I thought the performances were great. Everyone was truly believable as not acting, but as real people.
Yeah.
And I like how fucked up it gets by the end of the movie.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies of the year.
100%. It's kind of like Frogman in that by the end of the movie, it goes fucking nuts.
Yeah.
In a way that sticks with you, and in a way most found footage movies avoid doing. Most found footage movies are afraid of going all the way. This movie goes all the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the only way to describe it. It goes all the way.
Exactly, without getting into spoilers.
Yeah, without getting into spoilers, it's really hard to talk about. This might actually be a minor spoiler, but we got to talk about something here.
Yeah, we have to. So, again, go watch it cold, but let's enter the minor spoiler territory here.
Yeah. This feels like either a Mage the Ascension or Hellblazer story.
I know exactly what you mean, and we'll talk about how in the spoiler section. One thing that I'll also say that may be in the minor spoiler territory is that the effect the tape has on the brother is town-wide. Everyone in that town, and specifically people who live in that town, when they watch the tape, they all go into a catatonic state at the exact same moment. It's this big question of why is that happening? Who's that mysterious individual in the tape who is moving,
showing up?
Who's moving in it when no one else is moving because the people in the tape are also catatonic. How does this all tie in together with the weird reverend who kind of has a stranglehold over the town?
Yeah.
What part does he play in this whole sordid affair? Again, there's so many spoilers and twists and turns in this movie. We can't really talk about that yet.
Yeah.
There were two other found footage true crime documentary movies that we watched earlier this year, Project MK Hex and Strange Harvest. They're all phenomenal. This one delivers in a way those two movies hold back on.
Yes, yeah.
Let me put it that way.
It's that line from Seven when you break the guy's head open and the UFOs fucking fly out.
Yeah.
I need you to act like you had expected it.
Yeah. This is the kind of found footage movie where you're reading the Shining, right? And you get to the point in The Shining when Jack Torrance's face cracks open and he just sees the hotel.
Yeah.
That's the kind of we're going further than you're used to, this movie does.
Yes.
So again, if you love Lovecraftian stories, if you love either of those two found footage movies that we reviewed earlier this year that we thought were great, this is probably the best one of the three in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Check it out if you're at all interested in any of that. The movie is currently available to rent or buy on various movie streaming platforms. Pick your poison and enjoy. We picked Amazon and that was pretty cool. And we are just going to desperately sprint to the spoilers now because I really want to talk about what the fuck happens later in this movie.
Yeah.
Phenomenal, 10 out of 10 found footage movie, done perfectly. Now, with that said, let us finally move on to the spoilers, because I'm really fucking excited to talk about this. there's more tapes.
Yeah.
That show up in this movie that all involve this mysterious man, people going into catatonic states, and whenever people in the town watch them, they all also go into catatonic states. So what the fuck is going on? So the first big twist is the mysterious man that appears in all these tapes is not the person responsible.
He is trying to stop this.
In theory.
In theory.
We
don't actually know what his motives are.
He appears to be some sort of magician, like a John Constantine style magician, chaos magician, or whatever you want to call him, who recognizes that there is an entity in this town called the Feeder, and it is feeding on the entire populace. When everyone is going into that catatonic state, that is when the Feeder is feeding.
Yeah.
He reveals on all the bodies of the people within the town, there are these holes. And burrowed in these holes are these fucking leech creatures that are essentially, he describes them as the Feeder's straws. They're how the Feeder feeds off the people. And her brother has like a million of them on his back. It's fucking horrifying. I forget what it's called, that like fear of like a bunch of holes in something.
Yeah.
If you have that fear,
this movie's gonna
get to you. And it fucking got to me, and I didn't even know I had that fucking thing. And there's things like wiggling in it and stuff. And it's like, oh, and he like pulls them out. It's like, oh, it's so fucking gnarly and great. But it turns out that the fucking like town fucking preacher dude actually is connected to all this because he's the fucking Feeder.
Yeah.
He is the Lovecraftian entity from the beyond.
Yeah.
Or hell, because at one point you see this giant fucking pit in the fucking ground.
Yeah, this is where the movie like goes above and beyond.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of shit that happens. One of the things the magician does is he will just turn corners and disappear.
Yeah, he'll go through walls.
Yeah.
It just kind of fucking...
Yeah, he just goes through walls. It's just like, okay, see ya. Womp.
There's also this like effect he does whenever he casts a spell where like the entire like room like bubbles. Like
Yeah. There's this thing on all the tapes that occurs whenever a spell is cast.
Yep. He also has like a magic bag that he uses to fucking like incapacitate people at certain points.
Yeah.
And it turns out that he is also kind of low-key evil because he does not actually want to stop all this to protect anyone in the town, really. They're all a means to the end to get to the fucking Feeder because he wants the Feeder's power.
Yeah.
So at the end of this movie, he successfully steals the Feeder's power and runs into hell, or whatever you want to call the giant spiral staircase into the
with
fucking...
the worm monster at the bottom of it.
With the fucking worm monster that comes up, you actually get to see it like fucking wiggle up. You're just like, what the fuck is that? Again, much like Frogman, this movie delivers. It shows you fucking everything. You get to see the things wiggling out of their fucking hands and in their fucking backs and shit. You get to see the fucking weird hell monster that crawls up the fucking staircase. It's fucking horrifying and great. Some of the effects are obviously CG, but if you can roll with that, like, it's pretty awesome. Oh, and we haven't even mentioned the fact that the brother's ex-girlfriend at one point became like a surrogate for the preacher so that she could have the preacher's like kid.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why the main character's brother has all those holes on him more than anyone else is because it's feeding the kid. So that's another part of this movie. There's like a weird Rosemary's Baby kind of subplot in the middle of this goddamn movie. And that's kind of left open because at the end of the movie, she just kind of gives the baby away for adoption. And I'm just sitting there going like, no, somebody's going to have something horrifying happen to them. Why did you do that? But I also recognize, much like Shelby Oaks, there is something horrifying about just killing the fucking baby, right?
Yes, yeah.
Like, my God, like, we just sat there and kind of, like, dissected a whole bunch of, like, fucking plot points in this movie. This movie is only, like, 90 minutes long.
Yeah.
A lot happens.
It's not that long a play.
And we've left out various plot points throughout the movie. My God, I love this journey.
Whew, yeah. This is a great first offering.
100%. I look forward to whatever they make next, found footage or not.
Yeah.
Well done to everyone involved.
Yes.
Well done.
Yes. Bravo.
You just made my end of the year horror list more complicated because now I'm going to have to expand it to like 20 to include this.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to move anything off the 10 that I have so far. But this movie's so good, it belongs somewhere on there represented.
Exactly.
Even if it's just an honorable mention.
Yeah.
Good fucking movie. And with that said, Where can they find you, Count Jackula?
You can actually find me here on YouTube, where I stream every weekday at about 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you should come down and watch, because we talk about all kinds of groupie things like blood, monsters, and madmen. And we'd love to have you come down and fucking have a little chat with us. How about you?
Y'all know me, I'm the Horror Guru. You can find me at the Horror Guru on various social media platforms, but these days I primarily use Blue Sky, so follow me on there. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you're notified of our videos immediately upon their upload. And if you'd like to help out either of us more directly, be sure to check out our Patreon pages. And remember, if you decide to go the Patreon route, even $1 a month can go a long way, but these days we could certainly use more given the state of the American economy. So if you have the cash, feel free to throw it our way. We will definitely appreciate it. And with that said, my fellow Gorehounds, I want you to comment below, and be sure to comment below using the hashtag son of a feeder man. Like son of a preacher man.
That sounds like that's going to get into some weird fetish territory, though.
Well, if it does in the comments section, all the better. That's engagement, baby. Use hashtag son of a feeder man, work it into your comment however you please. That way I know, that way Jack knows, that way the whole world knows that you know how fucking wild this movie gets. And with that said, my fellow Gorehounds, peace out, and we'll catch y'all later.